Well, it's that time of year. Hear people say, New Year, new me. Well, New Year, same Uncle Brian. It's okay. My family and friends, people that mean the most to me in life, they're okay with me the way I am. They know I'm not perfect, but they know I'm acceptable. You know, just enough good to outweigh the bad, as they say. No one's perfect. What is it? Striving for perfection is only setting yourself up for a major disappointment. Things that matter, you know. They can trust you. You say you're going to do something, you do it. You don't try to con them for money. You don't try to use a friend only for when you need them for a friend to do you a favor and then you don't know them anymore. I've encountered, you know, I've had a lot of acquaintances in life. I was only their friend when, hey, can I borrow 20 bucks? Hey, even, when I got the Acadia a few years back, people were running to get a call out of the blue. Hey, what's up? Hey, listen, I bought a new washing machine. I can't get it home. Hey, can you come with me? Go up to Best Buy, it'll fit in the back of your Acadia. Haven't heard from the person in fucking months now suddenly because I have a vehicle that can transport something home for them. Now they know who Uncle Brian is. And I have no problem saying, sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy. Even if I'm not, you know. Other people, no problem, man, I'm there. When I've needed help with something, Kenny, the guy from everything from kitchen cabinets to doing the ceiling in the living room. Sometime this new year now, we'll get to my den here. Friendships that you can, I hate to use the word depend on each other, but you can count on each other and there's enough mutual respect. One person isn't trying to take advantage of the other in any way. And that's all that really matters, you know. I was thinking about maybe I should do something. Maybe I should end the year the way I started the year on here. And I've been asked a lot of things by a lot of people. I've been trolled. Anything that can come down the pike has come my way on here. If you notice, you never see me get all upset and pissed off and go off my fucking nut full of hate and rage and anger and all that. I take it in stride because I realize that this is the internet. There are going to be people that like you and people that don't. People I'll get along with, people I won't. And it's quite all right. You know, it's quite all right. I got hit with a lot of questions. Oh, why do you hate Java? Whoa, I never said I hated him. I don't. I don't hate anyone. Well, there is one person that comes real close. Like I said, the Crypt Keeper. That old pasty face piece of shit buzzard. Only for the fact that, his scam on here was for self-gain. And he used sick, suffering, dying children at St. Jude's Hospital as a way to accomplish his goal of building a channel to put money in his pocket. To me, that's, I could say deplorable, disgusting. There's a whole array of words I could use to describe that, and I don't think there's any one of them that even fully describes what this piece of shit is to do something that fucking low. You know? I let people know how I feel about things and why I feel the way I do. They can accept it, fine. If they can't, that's fine too. I heard this bit about Java. In the beginning, I think some of you know, some of you don't. So I'll give you, usually on a Friday, with a couple of exceptions, I give you my Uncle Brian Happy Friday Week in Review Yeehaw video. I'm going to give you an Uncle Brian Happy 2024 Year in Review Yeehaw video. Started out with Java where, and I'm the type, anyone will tell you, I don't go on other people's videos and leave any comments at all, even people I call friends. I don't. What I say right here on this channel. You know, I feel their channel, that's their backyard. I won't intrude on their property. But this is my property. And now I'm free to say what's on my mind, in spite of who likes it or not. Right? People will testify to that. I've never gone on Java's channel. He used to come on mine. And I said something. I saw something going on, and I have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to cars. I have a past. I have a youth. I had close ties with the Tasker family since the time I was 7 years old. Due to my uncle, that was, him and Bobby Tasker's old man were best friends. Took me street racing with them when I was 7. And we went dragway in 2 years. I learned quite a bit from people that were successful, still are successful in racing. And I saw Bobby evolve. I remember when Bobby was born. I'm older than him. I saw him go from driving their Tasker Ford Stalkers and Super Stalkers up in New England Dragway. I saw him get into Top Alcohol. I saw him get into Top Fuel now, funny cars. And I picked up a few things along the way that I applied to my cars, and it worked. I was happy with the results. And there are a lot of people on here that, when it comes to cars, I'm told I offend people by saying certain things, but how else can you say it? I can hear someone talk about cars for 1 minute and know if they're full of shit. They know what the fuck they're talking about. I can hear someone talk about cars for 1 minute and know, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? And I've seen both ends of that spectrum on here. And then Java came on, and I was like, whoa, man. Somebody's going to help this guy out. He's clueless, totally clueless. And then I saw people offering help. And I saw how Java treated them, how he reacted. Started arguing with them, even telling them to mind their own business while he was on here begging for help. Somebody please help me. I don't know how to get my distributor in. I don't know how to set the points. I don't know how to adjust the valves. I don't know this. I don't know that. Well, somebody help me. And then when people would offer up help, he'd get all pissed off and start arguing with them. And right from the get-go, I saw what type of guy he is. Good morning, Java. How you doing? There are some people you just can't get along with. They're argumentative. They do have issues, psychological issues. They're stubborn, pig-headed, egotistical, narcissistic. And no matter what you say, they'll find a way to turn it into an argument because they just need to argue. They're very angry, hostile people. I saw this right from the get-go with Java. Never gone on a single one of his videos or I don't even see his lives when they're happening. I catch him on a rerun. Thanks to Jeff and Austin. And I think I saw a couple from Joe Fastan. And I'm not real buddy-buddy with these guys. We just get along. Sometimes I think that's all that matters. People think you need to be in real tight and you work in conjunction and cahoots with each other. I don't work in conjunction with anybody. I do what I do. They do what they do. We kind of stay out of each other's way. We get along great. We're not insulting each other. And like they say, it ain't broke, so why try to fix it? The relationship, the way it is between us, it seems to work, so I leave it alone. Some things I don't get involved in because I don't feel I need to be involved in it. They have their right to do what they want to do. I have my right to do what I want to do. It's their channels. This is this channel here that I share with my friend Kevin Turner. And I put up a video. There's something called constructive criticism. We are criticizing, but you're doing it in a very polite, respectful way. No name calling, no anger, no hate, no threats, no wishing harm on them, and nothing like that. And I said, guy, I've been watching you, and I think at that time I said he was his own worst enemy. He's biting the hand that feeds him. I think some of you may remember. You know, a lot of people are trying to help you, and all you do is turn on them with a vengeance and start attacking them. And then he'd go off on a series of videos ranting, bashing them, and you know, even a couple of guys I know. Or the reason he couldn't get his engine rebuilt because they didn't send him money to buy an engine stand. Why didn't he buy his own? Jabba needs people to do for him, do for him, do for him, do for him. You know? And somebody didn't do for him. Now suddenly they're evil. And he bashed the fuck out of them. He asks for help, but then won't listen. Doesn't listen to anyone. Only what's going on up here in his head, and what's going on up there in his head is coolest when it comes to cars. I saw him bragging on a car, and you know, you say it to me, well, where's your 57? I don't have one. I wouldn't want one like yours. I wouldn't want one in pristine condition. That's just not my thing. I've been there and done that with cars in my lifetime. To me, a car is transportation. It needs to fit the family, home life, the situations that it'll be used for. That's all it is for me today. I don't care how cool it looks. I don't care how fast it goes. You know? I don't need to impress anybody on here, and I've seen a lot of that time on YouTube. You know, and a lot of cars that pure junk. Wow, is this thing cool or what? You know, no, it's not. But hey, if you think it's cool, more power to you. I don't. I'm entitled to my opinion. You know. But some people, they need you to only agree with them, and I saw that in Jabba. In order, you know, like I said recently, Jabba would be impossible to be friends with. He's the type of guy, and I've met Jabba. You're not the only one. Like with Uncle Sanford, I've met many Sanfords in my lifetime. The junk men. The junk men, you know, they're going to throw a badass hot rod race car together on the cheap with all junkyard parts. And it never happens. You know, Sanford never got it to happen. They don't get it to happen. But for some reason, it attracts the people on here, like low-budget builds. You know, every once in a while I scroll on here. You know, everybody's got a newer, bigger, better way to, you know, rebuild a Ford 302 Windsor. How many times has that been done on here by people? Me personally, I'm not inclined to want to go out of my way to see a guy fuck around with a Ford 302. I fucked around and built a Super Cobra Jet 428. I fucked around and built a Super Duty 421 and 428 Pontiac for both my Pontiacs. I fucked around and built a 427 from Manila at 6454 with an L78 396 crank, and I put in my last car, my Z28. I've been there and done that. Watching someone fuck around with an engine on YouTube doesn't thrill me. It doesn't excite me. I don't even care to watch it. But that's me. You know, don't go by me. Go by what your interest is. You know? But I've encountered a lot of people in life, and you can kind of tell what they're about. Jabba, type of guy, the only way you can be his friend is if you kiss his ass, you suck up to him. You tell him what he wants to hear. You agree with everything he's saying, even when he's dead wrong. And when you know that he's dead wrong in his approach or his theory on how he's going to do something with a car or an engine, and you see that it's, whoa, dude, no, you don't do that. You got to learn to keep your mouth shut and not tell him he's wrong, because he'll attack you. He will turn on anybody at any time. That does not go along with everything he says, everything he does. And then you need to run to defend him, like his buddy Joe Madden. I hear there's a couple other guys. You guys have heard a lot of shit said about me, right? Oh, believe me, man. I've heard a lot of shit said about me. Think I give a fuck? I don't. Have you ever seen anyone run to defend me? No. I don't need anyone to run to defend me. People that know me know I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself. I can handle my own affairs. I don't depend on anyone here in the real world or anyone on any form of the internet to run to my defense. I'm a grown man that can take care of my business. But Jabba's not. He's childlike in his behavior. Retaliation. Anyway, I did a video saying, hey guy, you know, listen, you really should listen to people, you know. And I even said, you know, before you get all pissed off at me the way you get pissed off at other people, understand something. This is what's called constructive criticism. I'm not being mean. I'm not being hostile. I'm just trying to get you to open your eyes to the fact that you need to listen more than you talk. You learn from listening, not from talking. And a lot of people with experience in things have been trying to help you because you are asking for help. And then you get pissed off at them. You ignore them. You don't. Somebody will say, you know, if you try this with your valve. Oh, he interrupts them. Oh, but somebody else told me. That's very rude. Jobby, you're very rude. You're very disrespectful, the way you talk to people, the way you treat people. You know? It makes you feel like, wait a minute, you're asking me for, you know, help and advice. As soon as I start telling you, you interrupt me and you say, oh, but this guy told me. That was me. I'd say, well, fuck you then. Go listen to that guy. Why the fuck you asking me for help and advice and suggestions when you don't even want to fucking hear it? I barely get a sentence out and you're cutting me off and telling me, oh, but this other guy told me something different. Well, go listen to him. And don't ask me for help. That's the way you're going to be. You know? Anyway, after I put that video up, 2 solid days, man, he trolled me like a motherfucker. Must have left at least 50 or 60 comments. Called me every name in the fuck. I think some of you remember, right? Called me every name in the fucking book. Threats, you fucking name it. And everyone I read, I laughed. I said, you know, some things you expect with people. You expect that behavior because you know what they're about. It's like they say, I had them pegged. I had their number from day one. Jobber, I had you pegged. And you've only gotten worse over the course of the year. You only got worse, not better. Still haven't learned a damn thing about how you are your own worst enemy. You're the master of disaster and the downfall of your life. The man without a plan. You know? And he fucking trolled me and trolled me. He talks about trolls. Jabba's done his share of trolling. Jabba's got multiple account names to this day. You know? He's going on people's channels saying shit. Even about me, I hear. It's okay, Job. If that makes you, if that's what it takes to make you feel good about your life, why not? There's nothing else going on in your life that you can feel good about. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a minute. You know? And I said, you know what? Yeah, oh yeah. I can be a sarcastic motherfucker. And I have a pretty twisted, demented sense of humor. And for me, I prefer that over anger, hate, and rage. I can have fun with it. You know what I mean? Well, if others want to get all angry and pissed off at him, and hey, that's on them. That's not the way I am. You know? I'd rather laugh than be pissed off. And I've had a good laugh all year because you, Jeremy. You haven't done a damn thing to change anything in my life to make things bad or worse for me. You know? Everything's pretty good here on the home front with family, friends. I better have. I'm not living in a car. Billy didn't dump me. Because she can't tolerate me to live with me because I'm such an egotistical, arrogant, self-centered, narcissistic asshole and she can't put up with me anymore. That hasn't happened. Safe to say, it will never happen. You know, hey, who knows in the future, but... Yep. So Uncle Brian decided, I said, oh yeah, this fat fuck. Okay, let me have some fun with him. And I've had a lot of fun with you this year, Jabba. Had a lot of fun. You know? Hasn't been fun for you. And whether I'm around or whether I'm not around, you're still the same. You're just doing the same shit to other people. You know? You are what you are. You are what you are. You crave attention. You're lonely. You're desperate. You'll do anything for attention, anything to get sympathy. You know? Although I admit there was one thing that really bothered me. I admit it. My late sister Heidi. She was 10 years younger than me. She died a little over 2 years ago. She died from pancreatic cancer. She went through a 2-year ordeal up until her death that was horrible. It was horrible. Sometimes I try to not have the memories of things that happened. Sitting by her hospital bed and she looked at me, she says, Brian, I'd rather die than feel like this. Just the chemo, radiation, the treatment, trying to save people. Just that alone is a horrible ordeal to go through. She said, this is worse than the cancer itself. I'd rather die than have to keep going through these treatments. She died a week later. And you, come on here. Well, I got a little brown spot. I got cancer. There are people that have real serious effects from a real serious disease. And sadly, some of these people die from it. And you try to compare yourself to these people. You're in bad health because of you. You just let yourself go. Got fat, lazy. You're sloppy. You have no class. You're a pig and a slob. And your behavior, the way you kept your property, the way you have no problem burping and farting and doing everything you do on videos, people would be embarrassed and ashamed to do that. They wouldn't want people to see that. And you put every one of your bad qualities out on public display. And then get upset when people comment on it. You don't behave like normal people. You know, once upon a time, you know, society's changed over the last 50, 60 years. At one time, when a family had a family member that wasn't wrapped too tight in the fucking head, you know, you try to like shield them from the public because they were an embarrassment to the family. You know, they were an embarrassment. They didn't want people to know they were even related to them. And I've seen it with people in the course of my lifetime. And I'm 63 years old. I turned 63 years old this year. And I've seen a lot in the journey of my life. And man, you put your dysfunction out on a front porch for all the world to see with a fucking spotlight on you and a bullhorn in your mouth to let everyone hear how dysfunctional you are. And you seem damn proud of what you are. And I've had a lot of fun at your expense. Like I said, only one time I did get ticked off. You know, boo-hoo, poor me, another way to look for sympathy. I got cancer. I got a fat leg. I got this. I got that. And I remember the stent thing. My father had a heart attack. And then he started getting something called angina, and then he got blocked arteries, and he had a stent. They don't do it standing up. I can tell you that for a fact. And you're sedated. You have a hard time standing up as it is, carrying all that fucking body fat. Like you'd be able to keep standing up if you got sedated on top of how you already have difficulty trying to fucking stand up. You gotta keep leaning on shit. I remember that. A lot of people have gone through procedures that you know how it's done. You know, I know a lot about the medical field due to Auntie Billy. You know, even though her expertise in maternity, pediatrics, she delivers babies, you know, she doesn't do C-sections, natural birthing. And when doctors are busy in prenatal care, aftercare for moms, and I've seen her come home from the hospital all upset because her preemie died. You know, due to complications. I see how it affects her. She's worked the ER at times when things are slow. She knows a lot about a lot. And I don't even really ask her a lot. I don't want to know a lot of things. I don't feel I need to know. But I see some days she's come in and something happened that is really bothering her, you know, in her profession. And I leave it alone. I give her space to deal with it the way she feels she needs to deal with it. If she wants to talk about it, she knows I'm here. You know, I don't force things on her, but Jabba, you force things on people. You want to force people to give you attention. You want to force people to give you sympathy. You want to force people to do things for you, to help you. Everybody's got to help you. Everybody's got to help you. People got to defend you. You know, people got to talk about me and others on your behalf. You know, on your behalf. You need this. You depend on it. You're not a very good person. Yeah, you don't have very good character. You know, nobody's perfect. I'm far from it. But I think the reason that I've survived a lot better in this world up until this age is because I've managed. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. It's an important text. Okay. Sorry, that was an important text. Said I've managed to be acceptable to family, friends. Things about my character that mean the most is what's allowed us to have the good relationships we have. I'm respectful to them. They know I'm trustworthy. They know I'm dependable. They know I'm not going to try to scam them or take advantage of them in any way for money or to do me favors or take me here and do this for me and do that for me. And, you know, I only know them when I need something from them. They know what I am. And like I've said, there are enough people in my life that have known me through the course of my whole life, that know my life experiences, that I've never had to justify myself to them in anything I've ever said, and they've never had a reason to want to question me on anything I've ever said. I don't have to prove myself to them. It's already been proven. That's why I don't feel the need to prove anything to anybody on here. For what, acceptance? To be accepted so people will like me? I mean, no disrespect, but I think I really give a fuck about who likes me on YouTube, who doesn't. We get along, that's fine. I get along with quite a few people. You know? We get along okay. At times, I've put up things that left comments that say, you know, Brian, but this or that. And they've told me I was wrong about this or wrong about that. Hey, you know, I look into it. No, it's not that. It's this. And I go, wow, thanks. See that I learned something new. I don't get pissed off at them because they corrected me on something. I appreciate the fact that they cared enough to correct me. So if I was to say it again, I wouldn't sound like a fucking idiot talking about a car. You know? Java, you don't know how to have friends. You don't know how to be a friend. You don't know how to be a family member. All you know how to do is get up every day and go through life being lonely and miserable, looking for things to complain about. And that's all you know. That's your life. You try to build a life here on YouTube because you don't have a life in your life. You don't have any real friends in your life. You don't have any family in your life that wants to bother you. You don't have the things that a lot of other people have that allows them to be happy. You know? So I started out the year with constructive criticism. I'll end the year now with constructive criticism. Maybe, Java, you need to take a look at your life, especially at this point, at the low point it's at right now. And believe me, it can get worse. You know, they say no matter how bad things are, it can always be worse. And you would be the one to make it worse, not me or anyone else. You would be the one. You would be the one to continue to make your life worse. For the simple fact that I'll leave it at that. Okay?